Hey, it's Leslie with Comfortable Shoes Studio. This is vlog 21. Everything wrong with everything. Um, this is the second time I've been able to record where my voice has been clear enough and my nose has been clear enough since I've had COVID. Um, and I shot this video over a week ago now. The intro scene and the exit scene is of the free wall, which is quite a long free wall. One of the few in my area. So we get a lot of like really great artists, and the art, at least during the summer and fall, really does switch out pretty often, which is fantastic. I featured it a couple of times here in the video. You can see the phone is just having a real hard time with the wind blowing the fence around and giving it a little bit of vibration. I did try to connect to a spot closer to a pole, but it wasn't enough. So anyway, so I've had COVID, and I kind of wanted to tell you about this moment that is just like everything wrong if you've ever worked retail. And it's a mindset thing. It's totally a mindset thing. So I work for a place now that actually cares about me taking care of myself. The current COVID policy is if you get a COVID negative or COVID positive test, you have COVID, you're out for 5 days. It's just like, okay, you're sick, you stay out for 5 days, then you have to have a negative test to even return. It's been 5 days. But also now I'm scheduled for vacation time. So COVID's now cutting into my vacation. Not exactly the greatest way to go on vacation, in my opinion. So anyway, so I get this illness. I start feeling sick. I do the responsible thing. I take the COVID test. I notify work immediately. I notify my coworkers that I've been in closer contact with because I didn't feel sick until the very end of my workday on Friday, which was 9 o'clock at night because we were doing an event with the kids. So it wasn't until like 9 o'clock where I was like, I sat down, I was talking to my coworker. I was like, man, I don't feel good. And it wasn't even until I got home that I started to feel really bad. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. As I'm like in recovery, I basically slept through Saturday. I slept through Sunday, which are basically like just totally wasted my weekend. COVID is horrible like that. And then Monday, I'm sleeping through Monday to Tuesday. I started to feel a little better. I had this moment where I was, after I'd woken up and I'd taken a daytime cold and flu thing, and I felt a little better. And I had this moment where I was like, I could be working right now. I could have gone to work. And there were moments when I worked retail where I overheard coworkers get very upset about other coworkers calling out sick because that meant we were short staffed. And when people are overworked, underpaid, and not able to take their time off, they get real petty. And there were times when I heard, people who were very, very, very ill. I heard coworkers say stuff like, "Oh, well, they got themselves, a vacation, didn't they?" And it always felt very petty when I overheard those things. But I thought the same thing about myself. Like, oh, well, you got yourself an extra 5 days of vacation. I guess you're gonna get 2 weeks off now, huh? And what is wrong with my brain, right? Like, I was sick, and literally, I could not have functioned on Saturday or Sunday or Monday. If I had gone to work, they would have found me asleep on the floor. There was no way I was going to stay awake to work. And I wasn't fit to work with the kids anyway. But this is the thing that happens to you when you work in an environment that is toxic for a really long time. And retail environments, all of them that I worked in, had their toxic moments. I definitely had coworkers back then that were like, if you are sick, stay home. Definitely had bosses who felt the same way. But the retail worker generally works through illness. And certainly, like, even when I was teaching, when I was significantly younger, teachers showed up all the time sick. Well, I need to bank my sick time in case I have a really bad illness. And it's like, that is so messed up. That is so messed up. Like, if you got a cold, stay home and sleep it off. But at the same time, like, I was thinking those things about myself. And it's just like, it's a crazy thing to like look back on. And like, I had this moment, like, after I thought it, was like, that is really messed up. Like, you need to sit down and sleep and rest, because if you don't, you're going to end up with long COVID. And it's just a fleeting moment of like, I could be working through this. And like, I know how messed up that is, but it still happened because I've been conditioned throughout the years to think I should work through my illnesses. And I don't know, man. It really kind of struck me as wild. So anyway, thank you for watching and listening to me rant about my conditioned behaviors. And hopefully I'll be getting back to taking my long walks again here soon. And thanks. Bye.